where the oppressors, I don't even know how they got the management position. It had to be just because they're white or oppressors. It's a lot. Calm down. Make sure this connects right.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it up.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it in. No, you good, you good. It's a new. These are new. Ain't the same as the old ones.
This one's popping up a lot faster.
Okay. Shalom. It's the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the 12 tribes of Israel according to the Bible. Today is a brotherhood class. Let me get the precept book if I could for today's class. And as far as the brotherhood goes, how is this place supposed to be? Everybody claim to be they know God and love God, but you don't even let other people come and live in your country. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Where we're a God-fearing country, and God bless us, God bless this place, God bless this country, but you don't even let less fortunate people move in your country. That's the exact opposite of brotherhood. What didn't Christ say? Love your neighbor. That's the exact opposite of what Christ said. But yet, you got something to say about the Israelites. But yet, still, you say the Israelites are wrong. We don't have the right spirit of, we're not love, and we don't show a bunch of love and this and that. We show love. If this is our country, we let all types of our people in. We'll let the immigrants in. We wouldn't be stingy with the resources. Because we're not stingy with our resources now. And we don't even got much. Let alone what the richest country in the world got. But you claim to be good religious folks. You claim to be that you love God here. So I can keep it water. Then you want to know why this place is gonna go down. Because of how you treat your neighbors, how you treat our brothers coming across from all types of other countries. Somebody said, "What about the people over there unalive and so many?" We're not affiliated with them. The Israelite School of UPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group, and that's all they are. They're another Israelite group. The small hats, they're another Israelite group. We're not affiliated with them. Never had been, and never will be. Okay, so let's get to brotherhood scriptures. Y'all claim to love and show so much love, and that this place is so righteous, and everybody here, your leader is righteous. Where your religious leaders at? Your religious leaders should be the first ones speaking up against how our brothers is being treated over there, right there. Your leaders should be the first ones speaking up about what's been going on with our brothers and sisters. Somebody says this Black Panther. Look at the table. It's in big bold words. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's what it is. That's what you're looking at. The Hebrew Israelites. What do we teach? That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Somebody in the chat said, I agree. Yep, that's it. But this place claimed to be so upright, so loving. You claim you got to vote somebody. You vote for somebody that hate our brothers. But you trying to push us to vote. Vote for who? Both of them treat our neighbors like crap. Both of them ain't following what Christ laid down. How you follow Christ, but you voting for somebody who don't follow nothing what Christ said or how he move? You supporting a kingdom that don't move how Christ even told you to move, but you want to tell us to move like that. Yeah, that's why. Is that getting to you?
No.
Okay.
It's just hot.
Okay. Yeah. But you want to say, oh, you Israelites are this and you Israelites are that, and you teaching to unlike people. We teaching to let our brothers across. But what are you teaching? But you sitting there being a hypocrite. Being a hypocrite saying, I love my neighbor as myself. I believe everybody can be saved. But then why are you mad? Why you got a problem with our brothers coming across the river, the Rio Grande? Why you got a problem with our brothers coming over here? You got a problem with them coming over here and getting a job. Talking about they take your job. How many jobs are you going to have? You already got a job. You should already have a job by now. What is one of them coming over here going to stop you from having a job? I never seen you apply to go work in no farm. I ain't never seen you apply to go get on no roof. I ain't never seen you apply to go do none of those jobs. I ain't seen you apply to go open up no taco stand. You ain't applied to open up no burrito store, no supermercado. You ain't applied for that. They came over here and made their own way. They ain't taking your jobs. They creating jobs. But you got a problem with that. Somebody said Jesse Jackson. Does this look like Jesse Jackson? Do this look like Jesse Jackson?
Okay.
That's the problem with y'all people today. Can't pay attention. Can't consider something important. It's like busting the door or something.
I understand.
No, yeah, you're right. Somebody said people should not judge no one. If nobody get judged, how you punish criminals? Does that make any sense? If nobody get judged, how you punish a criminal? Huh? Did that make any sense? Somebody said, got a nice haul from the flea market. We got it from your mama's market. That's where we got it from. It's open 24/7. Somebody said, you was at Diddy house. Your leader was at Diddy house. You ain't see the news? You ain't see the stories? Mr. Power Bottom? Who makes a sermon that says, Daddy, can I see the wood? Who makes a sermon and preaches on that as the topic? He trying to tell you what he is. You being so ignorant and so flighty, like, oh, that's not alternative lifestyle. That's just holiness. You don't know the scriptures say no. I can't even say what that scripture say.
I wish you could say that.
Yeah, I can't even say that scripture. You can't be that way and get into the kingdom of heaven. Talking about some daddy, I see the wood. Somebody said Dollar General collection. We ain't got no problem with dollar stores. They all throughout the hood. They keep us good. Guess what? They hire our people. Our people get hired at them stores. So we ain't got no problem with them. Somebody said, Batman 66 said Christ mows his lawn. You are delusional. You're not Batman. Batman don't exist. He never have and he never will. If he did try to do it, he would get knocked off real quick. He would be unalived on his first mission. Him and Ragul and all of them. Because it don't exist. You believe in fairy tales too heavy. What you're supposed to be doing is considering what we teaching in this Israelite School of UPK and changing your life. Getting off of weed, getting off of drugs, getting ready for the Passover. You need to be praying to the Lord. Half of you don't even pray to the Lord. You got a million problems. You ain't ever prayed to the Lord to solve any of them. Do something for somebody else for a change. That's part of the Lord too. Do something for somebody else. If you only do for yourself, guess what? How the Lord gonna bless you? And so you need to do for the Israelite School UPK so we can build up this nation. Let's see. Somebody said he prayed to get the next flight over there to where they that conflict over there. Why you gotta pray to get the flight? Go get on the flight. If you want to go join the small hats, go ahead. You don't have to pray for that. You can go do it. At the end of the day, what the scriptures say is going to happen, that all the different armies are going to gather around the valley of Jehoshaphat for the battle of Armageddon. That's World War III. You don't need to pray for that. That's coming regardless. That's a fact that's coming. Somebody said small hats ? Pay attention in class. Then you might know who I'm talking about. Keep attending classes. Keep learning from Israelite School of UPK. Go to our YouTube channel. You'll see some more of our teachings on YouTube. We can go into depth into other topics and stuff like that. Then you might know. Somebody said, "What's with the weapons?" They represent that the scriptures. What the scriptures say, that the Lord is a man of war. Somebody say, "Y'all bold in these comments." You ain't gotta be bold to get in the comment section and say just and type just anything. there's absolutely no possibility of repercussion. You're on a internet service chat. It's in the airwaves. It has nothing to do. Nothing gonna happen to you.
So,
Go ahead.
there is a chance if there's a woman named Karen, she might actually report that to the authorities, and that might travel international waters. But outside of that, no.
That's true. I guess you're right. Yeah, they could. They can report something you put in the comment section, but it ain't gonna come from us. We ain't chasing you down for your comments in the comment section. We teach what we did. We teach this on the streets in people's face. So saying it on the internet is like, it's easy actually. It's real chill. Because we go on the streets and say this, everything that we see and teach, we go on the streets and say this to people's face. Everybody don't like us. Cops, the drug dealers, the every different religion, they all don't like us. Why? Because we teaching the truth that they've been teaching lies. That they claim to be, hey, shalom, sister. They claim to be loving everybody and loving all loving, but they got a problem with our brothers coming across over here and making a life. You know how much land ain't even used here in this place? You know how much land not even used in this place? These cities ain't even fully inhabited. Then you got these rich guys talking about, oh, the earth is overpopulated. The earth is overpopulated. Who the hell asked you? If you think the earth is overpopulated, why don't you leave? If you don't like it, get out. Go move to where it's less populated. Go to Alaska somewhere. There's plenty of space. Antarctica. Go to the middle of Australia. You got this places all over you can go if you feel the earth is overpopulated. The only reason they would say anything that the earth is overpopulated is because they are genocidal maniacs. And when things happen and there's mass unaliving events, they want to be able to say, well, there's already too many people anyway, so, it's not that bad. Of course they want to say that. Of course the devil would say that. Yeah, you want to say something?
No, I just want to ask a question with the with the Noah thing. I know there was punishment behind it, but wouldn't that be like a population problem?
Noah? Okay. The deal with Noah. When the Most High flooded the earth, it wasn't because the earth was overpopulated. He flooded the earth because the earth was over wicked. It was too much wickedness, and he didn't want that much wickedness on the earth. Similar to what's going on today. There's so much wickedness that eventually the Most High steps in and says, let's just restart. Let's just restart the situation. Let's get a few righteous people, and let's restart with them. The Lord does that multiple times throughout the scriptures. When all the Israelites, when we were being wicked coming out of Egypt, he told Moses, well, look, don't worry about it, Moses. You come to here, I'll make a new nation out of you, and we'll just get rid of all those other Israelites because they just being too wicked. Moses said, nah, Lord, don't do that, because people are going to defame your name behind a move like that. They're going to say you brought the Israelites out into the wilderness to unalive them, and you couldn't save them. So the Lord said, you know what, you're right. Somebody said these two other countries are overpopulated, China and India. Those places are not overpopulated. My thing is this. You don't know how big the earth is. The earth is huge. There's so much land and resources that we'll never run out. But you don't know that because you want to gobble up everything. You want to gobble up everything. You want it to be you and this and that. The earth is nowhere near overpopulated, never had been, and never will be. The earth is huge. You got places and lands on this earth that people aren't even living in, that is livable. You know how many cities you can fit in just in any like just random state? Go ahead.
I think that might just be a travel problem, because when you travel, you see how huge the world really is.
That's a good point. Maybe you ain't traveled enough. When you really travel, get on that road, do a road trip, start driving from city to city. I done drove brothers in UPK. We done went all over the place because we got to do the work of the Lord all over the place. We've been Chicago, Texas, Houston, New York, North Carolina. We about to go to North Carolina. We all over the place. And when you travel, somebody else said that too. They said you haven't traveled much, I see. When you travel, you will see so much land. Ain't even got nothing on there but some twigs and a damn cow. You see a huge plot of land, ain't nothing there but some twigs and a cow. And there'd be one devil living there. But the earth is overpopulated. But you got one devil with like all these acres. Let alone you go to the south. It's overpopulated because you want to own every damn thing. So you tell everybody else it's not enough. It's not enough land. It's not enough. Who's that? Go ahead, check it out, brother. It's not enough land. It's not enough this. It's not enough that. When there's plenty. Who is that?
So it's probably young man on his rib, but then again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, student.
Where you going? Come on.
Oh, that's Eli? Oh, don't worry about it. You good, warrior?
Oh, that's this woman.
You good? Tell us about it. You can come back.
I'll make sure do a show.
Okay, yeah.
No, yeah,
All right, you good. Yeah. Hopefully she's clean that motherfucker up. There's a pigsty in there. All right. Actually, close that door. Close that door. Is the air on in the building?
Yeah, that's why I left
Oh,
it
okay,
open.
never mind. You can leave it open. You can leave it open.
I just don't open it just to get the heat out. So it should get some more cold air in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back where we at. As far as the earth being overpopulated. The earth is nowhere near overpopulated. That's enough. This is why brotherhood is so important. Give me 1 John 4:20. Because this goes right to the crux of the issue. That you feel like our brothers can't come over here from these other places because it's overpopulated. Let's get 1 John 4:20. Ain't nothing overpopulated. First of all, you don't know how much land there is. If I ask you, it's overpopulated, how much land is in America? Somebody in the chat, type it in. How much land is in America? How many square miles is there? Because if you know it's overpopulated, you have to know what's the square mileage on the earth. How much square mileage is on the earth? Because obviously you calculated it since you know it's overpopulated, or else you just heard that and went with the brainwashing because you're a brainwashed tool of the system and of the oppressor. And you believe everything the oppressors say, and you just take it and you don't even investigate it, and you don't have no real understanding on what you think and what you believe.
Man, I can't even give an answer.
Yeah, ain't nobody got an answer. Y'all should at least Google it. How much square miles is in this place? How much square miles is in America? How much square miles is on the earth? You should know that. Now, somebody said 38 million square miles. So, how many people can fit in a square mile? Do that number. Somebody said they don't know. Not enough. Hard to tell.
Okay. So they said 38, right?
38 million square miles.
I'm saying 3.
That's okay. That might be America. Then I guess 38 million may be the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you got America.
Wait, that wouldn't make sense if that's the world.
3, and then the world was 38, like almost 40.
Oh, that's all the land. I'm thinking like the water too.
Oh man, no. I mean, you can even add the water. The people, them dudes in Dubai, put a whole damn community in the water in Palm Beach. They done built the whole beach with like 100 houses and mansions and stuff and hotels on the damn beachfront. So we ain't even calculate the coastal things that you can build. Guess what? If you can't build it, because you really probably can't, our brothers can build it who coming across some borders. 190. Okay. On Google, say 196 million square miles. All right. Was that the land, or that's just the whole earth?
The whole earth.
Okay, the whole earth. So, because you can put things on the water too.
And Salakia.
Go ahead.
We have technology where we can make our own islands.
Mm-hmm.
There's places where they live literally on water 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a shortage of land. There's not a shortage of anywhere to live.
Mm-hmm. Only problem is the oppressor wants to get so much and then try to make it seem like there's not enough. There's not enough. You know it's going to be plenty once the Lord knocks you off the scene. Then there'll be plenty. All right, so back to what we was on. How many people can fit on 1 square mile? If you're talking New York, I mean, hell, you got damn near 100,000 people on a square mile. In 1 square mile. New York is barely a few square miles. Somebody said overpopulation is a real thing, though. Enough land, but not enough logistics for food and resources. Maybe the people in charge, the oppressor, doesn't have enough logistics for the food and resources. Maybe he's not smart enough to deal with it. That's what it sounds like. Sound like you're not smart enough to figure out how to be in charge. Go ahead.
So, like, how many people? Like, what was the estimate of how many people was traveling with Moses when they got out of Egypt?
I think it said either 300 or 700,000 men, not including the women and children. So I think it was 700,000 men, not including the women and children. So that number can go crazy because each man could have like 3 wives and 20 kids.
That's what I'm saying. So if they was able to find enough food and water and stuff and resources for that travel, we can still do that this day for anybody.
Mm-hmm. All this technology, that's what I was saying. The oppressor, these people try to act like they're so smart. I know how much overpopulation the earth is, but you're so smart. But then you say, oh, maybe we can't figure out how to do logistics. I thought you were smart. You can figure out how much people can be here, but you can't figure out the logistics?
Oh, man. You're bringing it up again. Do you want to talk about that subject, or is that stupid?
Let me stay on this topic. Let's stay on this topic because it's keeping it going. So
That's a good one. But that's still a devil though.
Okay, you saying the battles was lost due to logistics? Ask Napoleon. Napoleon wasn't good at all that anyway. Napoleon took 100,000 men over to Russia, came back with 5,000, lost his whole army. Then the brothers down in Haiti whooped his tail. The only reason they really lost is because Toussaint Louverture trusted them and thought they were gentlemen. So he went over to their land to talk peace and thinking, the battle was over, that he won, thinking that, and then they locked him up. You'd say like Napoleon was smart or something. Napoleon wasn't smart. Napoleon was a nobody. They just try to big him up. He wasn't no battle genius. He wasn't none of that. How you take 100,000 soldiers to do battle and come back with 5,000? That alone in itself is a major blunder that would remove anybody from being in charge. If I went somewhere with 10 men and I came back with 2, they're gonna be like, hold on, this dude ain't no good. He went there, lost the whole crew, lost the whole camp. Napoleon ain't nobody. He just a aristocrat, a snooty aristocrat, taking the credit for other men's work. That's all he did. Sit up in his fancy little tent, about 4'3", and just took it and just said, "Go guys, you guys go fight and win. Come back and tell me when you're done." That's all he did. Somebody said, "I'm not saying he is." He said logistics ended him. That's what they tell you, man. That's what they told you about Napoleon. Logistics did not end Napoleon. Napoleon being a damn dumb A ruined Napoleon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't believe their history, man. If you believe their history, they'll have you believe in Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. When we got the book and the patent is a black man named Louis Latimer. Thomas Edison was somebody who was like that Tesla dude. What's that Tesla dude name? Elon Musk. Thomas Edison was like Elon Musk. He owned a company who had scientists working and doing stuff. When the Tesla come out and the electric car technology come out, they're going to say Elon Musk did it.
"Quote unquote, he has the rights to the patent."
Yeah, they're going to say he has the rights. He was the one who did it in history. But it wasn't Elon Musk went in there with the batteries and stuff in the lab. Hey, Mr. Scientist, grab that. I need the tool. Yeah, come on, let's go. I'm working it out. Give me 3 of those battery packs. Let me put them together and make sure it works. He ain't doing that crap. That man running around in meetings and doing Twitter and stuff like that. He ain't working in the field, in the laboratories. He got people working in the laboratories. And when they invent something, he takes the credit as the owner. That's what Thomas Edison did with the light bulb. It was a black man, Louis Latimer, that discovered the filament that burns long enough to keep these light bulbs up. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't listen to these what the oppressor tell you about history.
I didn't even know that one.
Somebody said Thomas Edison, who hired Nikola Tesla. It is what it is on that. You can't believe in face value everything that this kingdom tell you. They told you Christopher Columbus discovered America, and it was already a country. There was already people here, nations and everything. They tell you the 4th of July, all men are created equal, when that's a damn lie, because if all men are created equal, how you got a kingdom full of slaves? They should have put all oppressor men are created equal. That's what they should have put. But obviously they don't tell the truth. The truth is not in them. When they speak a lie, they speak it of their own. That's what the Bible says. Every time they lie, it's to benefit themselves. When they told you Napoleon was so genius, the only thing that was wrong was his logistics team couldn't get the logistics right for him to really win. That's a lie. They telling you that to preserve the image of Napoleon in your small little non-history knowing mind, when really he was a failure. He was defeated by black slaves. He was defeated in Russia and lost 95,000 men. How you lose 95,000 men? That's what I don't understand. How do you lose 95,000 men? You just told them to go the wrong way? Or, you starved them? Did they all desert your ass and leave you? How do you lose 95,000 men? But you're a military genius. Sound like a military F-up. You don't know who's a military genius? That black man who orchestrated Desert Storm. When he conquered that whole country so quick, they called it Desert Storm, Operation Desert Storm. Organized by a black man. I believe his name was Colin Powell. He was a general. Took over an entire country like that. He's a military genius. Napoleon is just a snooty up, high up aristocrat who taking credit for stuff. Somebody said Powell ain't black. What are you talking about? If I got that name right, Colin Powell.
Yeah.
He black, bro. What are you talking? What are y'all talking about? I'm about to Google it real quick.
He was everything we wanted Obama to be.
Colin Powell. That's a black dude, man. Colin Powell was an American political statesman, diplomat, United States Army officer who was the 65th United States Secretary of State. He was the first black Secretary of State. What are you talking about?
Dang.
You trying to take away all the black history, even modern history. They can't. Oh, he ain't black. He's an oppressor.
In the next 60 years, we're gonna hear the Eminem invented rap.
Yeah, you see, what kind of madness is going on? Somebody said Powell went to Ranger School way back in the day. Hey, that's cool. He's still a black man. It says, he came up with Desert Storm. He ran that operation, and guess what? Logistics didn't defeat Colin Powell. He didn't lose because his logistics wasn't. He didn't have enough food and water. When you say logistics, that means you just ain't bringing enough food and water. You're out there for 10 days, but you brought enough food and water for 2. Does that make any sense? We're gonna be out here for a week. But I brought 3 sandwiches. We gotta make it stretch. That's Napoleon. That's what Napoleon did. Because I don't know about the logistics part, but if you say it was logistics, then that's what he did. He ain't bringing enough food and water to feed everybody. Go ahead.
He was known for starting fights.
There you go.
He started most of his fights. Most of them he couldn't finish.
There you go. There you go. Somebody gonna say Powell didn't have a say in Desert Storm. What are you? You're insane. You are insane. All right. They still trying to take away all black achievements, even in 2024. Right. That's why I said don't believe these people, man. Do your research on your own. Don't believe whatever they say. Don't believe it. Just don't even. I don't even listen to oppressors when they say stuff and talk like they're smart. I don't even listen unless I see like 3 or 4 cross references.
I gotta look up
like 3 or 4 other people that did the same thing or that say the same thing because you can't trust the oppressor. But a lot of people keep saying it was General Schwarzkopf. I ain't never heard of no General Schwarzkopf. Let's get into it then. Because I seen the footage where Colin Powell.
When did that storm happen again?
I was like in
Because I remember it was like 20.
I was after the towers. I was like 2002.
This man. And if he did, we would have heard him on the news.
Mm-hmm. This is what the oppressor try to do. When a black man does something amazing, they try to put an oppressor over it and then say the oppressor did it. That's all they do. When a black man does something amazing, they try to say the oppressor did it. This is what they'll do. They'll come out 50 years later and say, give him credit after he's, passed away. Oh, this black man was really the mastermind behind Desert Storm. And let's give him his purple star and his this and that and his little and let's give him his credit. You didn't even give the Harlem Hellraisers credit for saving France in World War I. So why would we think you're going to give a black man credit for anything he do in them forces?
So yeah, that don't make no sense. It's even saying the general, he was a commander.
That's what I know. I seen the footage. He was in the tent in the desert. There was no Schwarzkopf in no tent, no desert. Schwarzkopf was at home, ready to take the credit for what the black man did. That's the same thing they always do. It was a black tank brigade that was dealing with those Panzers in World War II when they get the credit. They made a movie about them, 100 years, 50 years later? It was the brothers who was flying them planes. The Tuskegee Airmen that was keeping those bombers safe. Couldn't nobody else mess with the other planes, but the Tuskegee Airmen was so good, they was only ones. When they get their credit, 60, 70 years later.
So if there's a general and then there's a commander, who would be in charge?
What did it say? What did it say? That Powell was the commander?
No, he was a general. And it says Schwarzkopf was a commander. So he was like part of a section of people that he was leading. But the general was in charge of all the people making the decisions.
I seen the whole documentary on it. So it had the whole breakdown. So these people on TikTok, they don't know. They must be trying to change the narrative and make it seem like an oppressor did it instead of the black man. Which is, I'm not surprised. They do that every day. They do that every day. If we invent something right now in this room, guess what? There's gonna be some oppressor gonna be like, I'll take the credit for it. And they'll never know it was us. Right. Because the scriptures say all he do is steal, kill, and destroy.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
So the general is higher than the commander.
By 5 ranks.
But they trying to say the commander, because Colin Powell was a general.
Yeah, they're trying to say Schwarzkopf was commander-in-chief, but it doesn't say nothing about him being commander-in-chief.
Man, ain't no Schwartz of nothing. Ain't no Schwartz of nothing, ever did nothing.
You know, I'm doing the Google research y'all ain't doing, apparently.
Yeah. They listen to the propaganda, trying to not let people know the truth of what black men have did.
Yeah, he was below Colin Powell.
So he was below Colin Powell. Somebody said so. No veterans in the room. There's nothing but veterans in this room. What are you talking about? Our whole bloodline of veterans. Not to toot my horn or nothing, because we serving this in this wicked empire. My father was in World War II and Vietnam. My father was in Vietnam. My grandfather was in World War II. Okay. Let alone even probably way back then. Probably our father was in Revolutionary Wars and Civil Wars too. Somebody said, "Were you in war?" We in war right now. Right now, we at battle. We at conflict. You ain't seen the streets of America. You don't see what they doing to our people, round them up, throwing them in military concentration camps. You ain't seeing that? Starving us out. Sending sentries in. Knocking down our doors. Have you not seen the news? Unaliving our brothers in the streets. Unaliving sisters in their beds. And that's the stuff on the news. Let alone the everyday things. What are you talking about, man? Go ahead.
My grandfather was in the wars. Yeah, he had one of the old school can openers. I ain't never seen in my life.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. We the ones who fought all the wars. You try to make it seem like you did it. You ain't did nothing. It was always the black and brown soldiers who had to do the grunt and the majority of the work. And when it came down to it, it was the black and brown soldiers that put in the most work and that got the most results. That's how it always been. If you don't know that, you don't know history.
Damn, no, you don't gotta be rude about it.
No, I wasn't rude.
Not you. Oh, we all pour for everybody.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
We'll talk about it after the drink.
Okay, second.
So back to what we were breaking down. Yeah. That's the one. So back to what we was on. Today was supposed to be a short class. All right. Somebody said, "What was we breaking down, Sarge?" Most High in Christ. It's actually Captain, but that's Sarge is cool too. All right. Somebody said we don't believe anything. We just dislike the oppressor. Have you ever seen our streams and our teachings and our classes? We teach tons of knowledge. We teach tons of knowledge. Somebody say captain of what? Captain of 10,000 in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And then somebody said, "Where's your boat?" Captains don't only be on boats. You read in the scriptures. Let me get the scripture. Hold on. Let me get the scripture. Y'all don't know what's in the scriptures. Y'all just know what's in movies and this and that. That's why a lot of you say, "Why you got the beret on your head?" That's only for these people and that people. You know, you watch too many movies. Israelites wore tams. That's what it's called, a tam. Go to Numbers 2 and 20.
Go. I got it, sir.
Go ahead, read that.
What's that right there, though?
Numbers 2 and 20. Manasseh.
Mm-hmm. And
Gamaliel.
I'm gonna try it. Numbers chapter 2, verse 20. And by him shall be the tribe of Manasseh, and the captain of the children of Manasseh.
The what of the children of Manasseh?
Manasseh.
The what of the said before the Manasseh?
Oh.
The what?
And the captains, and the captain of the children of Manasseh.
We had captains in the Bible. Saran in the Hebrew. Sarans, which are just leaders of the officers, leaders of the people, chiefs. That's in the scriptures. I ain't see no boat in that scripture. Did you see a boat in there? The tribe of Manasseh consists of like thousands of people. They ain't on boats. Let's get back to the history. We was breaking it down. I liked where that was going. All right. So, we got into Colin Powell. We got into how the oppressor always tries to take credit for things that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do. Let me see what they're saying now. Somebody said, what purpose do the other two serve? To be on Shamar and to read. They serve an immensely important purpose in teaching this truth all around the globe. Somebody said Colin Powell was not an active general. He was Secretary of State. How the hell you become a general in the Army, but you're not active? Please answer me that. How you get all the way up as a black man, all the way up to be a general, but you ain't even active. You don't really do nothing. You just sit around. I ain't seen him ever do that.
Right.
Promote somebody to the top just for sitting around.
Come.
I ain't never seen that. So yeah, y'all gonna have to look up Colin Powell. Y'all don't know nothing about that black man. You understand? Y'all gonna have to look him up. That man orchestrated the entire operation and took over the whole country of Desert Storm. Somebody said we aren't the Israelite. If we're not the Israelites, then who is? Who is? Where are the 12 tribes at? Yeah, somebody in there said Colin Powell was a great man. That's right. You know what I mean? Even though he fighting for the oppressor, you know what I mean? He still did his thing. You understand? All our brothers and sisters did their thing. Why do you think in Vietnam they used to have pamphlets and loudspeakers in the jungle? And they would, in the loudspeakers and on the pamphlets, it would say, on the loudspeaker, say, black man, this ain't your war, black man. Why are you fighting us, black man? You know what I'm saying? It would be saying that. Why? Because they were the most fiercest ones. They were the most fiercest ones in that jungle. And they knew, oh, we need to convince them to not be so fierce for these oppressors. Why do you think Muhammad Ali said what he said? Black Hispanics and Native Americans are the most crucial component of these large empires. When you get into Rome, when you get into ancient Greece, Assyria, Persia, Babylon, ancient Egypt, all those kingdoms at their height had the Lord's chosen people. That means nothing. It matters who your father is. Had all chosen people, we the ones who make this place great. If we wasn't here, guess what? This place would be like Yugoslavia somewhere. That's what this place would be. It'd be Yugoslavia. All right.
I think they really hit a point on that one.
Okay. First of all, ancient Egypt was not an oppressor. Assyria, not oppressors. You watch too many movies. Babylon, definitely not oppressors. Persia, definitely not oppressors. Now, I will give you that small empire of ancient Greece. That's that. I'll give you that one. But other than that, even Rome started out like that, but then it became very multinational type of stuff. All right. Somebody said, tell that to Daniel the prophet. I ain't got to tell none to Daniel the prophet. Daniel knew there was nothing. Daniel knew what was going to happen. Somebody said, how is this knowledge practical? It's practical because it's supposed to open up your mind to real knowledge, not what was spoon-fed to you in preschool, in grade school, and on the History Channel, along with the aliens and the dinosaurs and the zappers and the zombies and all that on the History Channel garbage that you've been learning. It's supposed to open your mind up to real knowledge and to real understanding that things are bigger than what you were taught. I was just talking to a sister earlier today about the same topic. She was saying how something was Russian, right? And she was trying to make it seem like it couldn't have been our people when historically there's been lots and lots of black people in Russia. Alexander Pushkin, a black man who's the one who created the whole Russian alphabet. Saint Nicholas, a black man who Santa Claus is named after, is a black man who used to go around the orphanages giving kid toys to orphans. The Russian icons are in Russia. That's black people who painted that. Somebody said I live in Moscow. Black people served in the army. That's what I'm saying. Black people, first of all, we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So there's hundreds and thousands of kings and royal families of black people that was in Europe for 1,000 years that you're not even taught about in this place. They got a book called Nature Knows No Color Line, where it shows a whole bunch of royal family crests of black peoples of Europe, of all places, man. Italy, France, Spain, Russia, Germany, everywhere. Switzerland, everywhere. All right, we were everywhere. Okay, paused it, see what happened. They paused it, see what happened.
It's probably an activity.
Yeah. We're going good tonight, so they probably gonna try to.
Oh no, just saying one battery mode.
Okay.
Yeah, like 15%.
We're gonna close it out anyway. It's almost time. I didn't think tonight's class would go this long.
We're talking about compound, like I really excited.
Yeah. Hey, look him up. We can get into that. It was all type. It was black men who did all types of things in his army. It was guess what? It was a Native American who came up two things with the Native Indians. It was a Native Indian. No, I think it was a black man who came up with the gas mask. All you people in World War I could thank him for that because the mustard gas was doing business out there. Number two, Native Indians came up with the code that you had that you was able to beat the Allied forces with in World War II. Otherwise, you wouldn't have won that. This is what was going on. During that time in World War II, the biggest thing was basically sending radio signals to your other pieces of your army and it being intercepted. So you send a radio signal there, but they have a radio too, and their radio is listening to your radio. So how can you talk to your people with them listening and your people know, but they don't know what's going on? So the Germans had a box. It's called the Enigma box. It was basically like what's some things you go like this and you flip it around a lot and the colors, you try to line up the colors. It's basically a Rubik's Cube of letters. So the Germans had it. And when they say L, S, T, D, B, F, B, V, say the word letters. You needed the Enigma box to line it up to see what they said and what the message is. Nobody else could break the code. They didn't know what the hell the Germans were saying, but the Germans knew what they were saying. They trying to say little codes, and Germans like, oh, I know what he's talking about. They're gonna attack, send the forces and double back. So they were losing because of that. The only way they was able to communicate and still be in the battle, they end up finding Native Americans who spoke, I believe, Navajo. And they put the Native Americans in in the command stations, and they had them speaking Navajo to each other and Apache to each other to send messages, and the Germans couldn't figure it out. That was the only way you was even in the field with them. That's the history. But you want to act like we ain't the biggest asset this place could ever have. Somebody said code talkers. That's what it's. Yep, that's what it's called. Code talkers. They made a movie about that too. But they ain't give them no credit for winning the entire war for them. Just like they ain't trying to give Colin Powell credit for what he did. So why would I listen to you now when you got 400 years of history of lying about everything? With that, is there any other questions? You had any other questions? With that, I'm gonna pass the class to Trooper Takun. Let's get this announce what's out. Somebody said Russia won World War II. We helped. Still ain't trying to give the credit to where credit is due. How Russia win World War II when they ain't even storm the beaches? Go ahead.
Okay. This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, stated on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head.
Hold stop right there real quick. One last thing. For the person who said they didn't need to storm beaches, they came from land. Germany invaded Russia. Russia didn't invade Germany. They didn't come from land or come and do anything. They stood back and got attacked. The thing that helped them is because it's so damn cold that they couldn't get through. So go ahead, keep it moving.
No problem. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10.
Cut the announcement short. Cut short. Let me put this up. Cut it short. I was getting that feeling that they was gonna try to flag us. Because somebody said they reported earlier. Oh, we can go ahead and cut the stream on that too. I use that chair word.